Hey guys, Joe here. You know what that X is for? That X is to help me find where to set things down so that when they're in frame without being on that big old mat that they were on. Or actually, it was actually the foam insert to a suitcase. Squeaky chair makes a return. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, the share button, the join button, the button, and the other button in order to become a member of the channel. Help us grow 6,460 some members or subscribers. That's awesome. And yeah, this one we're going to talk about today, I think we've kind of killed enough time. Let's bring her on in here. This is an AR-15 pistol. Oh my goodness, the most lethal thing ever created. This one is a custom build from Daniel, my buddy at Liberty Arms. Hit them up. They're down in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Google them, say, hey man, I want some parts, or I want a complete build, or whatever. They can help you from parts kits all the way up to full builds like this one. This one he built because, well, he likes building them. This one is mine though. This is a Palmetto State lower. Forgot to ask what the upper was. I think that's also Palmetto State. Has a Midwest Industries handguard. I think the barrel is Midwest Industries. Don't quote me. I'm not an AR guy. I mean, I like ARs, but I'm not like that knowledgeable. Has a standard flash hider. Looks like in more modern AR-15 style. Has a Magpul hand stop here. Magpul MOE hand grip with the little place to put your screws and stuff, or your screwdriver, Allen keys, what have you, and your brace. Excuse me, I just had breakfast. This is an SB tactical brace. It is adjustable, as you saw from the video where we talked about it being perfectly fine to own these. This one does have an ambi safety selector already on it. It does not have an ambi bolt release or mag release. I will be changing that. My AR rifle has a true ambi setup. It doesn't just have a bad lever. There's nothing wrong with the bad lever. I just think it's more impressive to have a true ambi setup. So I will be getting that put on here eventually. The flower dust cover. Daniel just didn't have time to switch it out, and I will be picking up one, probably just a black one, but maybe I'll get a red one because I'm thinking about a red flat face trigger, so that would look kind of cool. This is your standard AR-15 upper with the forward assist, sometimes jokingly called a failure button. Just if you fail to go fully into battery, you can push that and it can ratchet the bolt into place using these little teeth there. That's why this X is helpful, because it at least shows me an idea of where to hold the gun. This has your shell deflector, which is very common nowadays, although some sporterized AR-15s and some traditional style stoner stuff, they forego that, or a lot of the 9mm ones forego that as well. The Banshee had it, but I think the Brigade does not. Full pick rail on the top from front to back. Yeah, I know I did that backwards. It's tradition here on the channel. Has a Vortex Spark AR Gen 1 on here. I like the reticle. It's just a nice fine dot. I believe it's a 2 MOA. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Only thing I don't like is the cover for it. And it doesn't look to be reversible for the covers to the optic because, well, they're in the way. You can see this front one doesn't clear the front of the optic, so have to figure something out. I'm thinking I'll just take this rubberized body off and swap it with something else. It also looks like it could potentially go over one more slot. If that's possible, maybe I'll try doing that to see if it will wind up clearing the top of the gun. Has flip up iron backup sights, which are adjustable for far distances like a standard AR-15 sight is. I like to have backups, especially since this optic, unlike my ACSS primary arms Cyclops, does not have an etched reticle. If it did, then these would be a little bit unnecessary, but since this is a backup set of sights for a red dot, this is almost necessary. Single-sided charging handle, I'll probably wind up leaving that, although I'll get one of the big grab handles for this side just because that sight's kind of in the way on this side, so one big charging handle on that side will be fine. Why do I have a pistol when I already have a rifle? Well, cost is one thing, because it wasn't that expensive to build. Number two is because my rifle is set up to be a rifle now. It was a custom build as well, so I could take this upper and put it on that gun. I'd have to change the brace because 10.5-inch barrel with a stock is a felony. But I could also take the rifle barrel upper and put it on this and leave the brace on it, because the brace is legal as long as it's not a stock on a short barrel. You can have a brace on a long barrel, just not the other way around. Why do I like the AR platform so much? Well, they're very easy to work on. They're quite reliable if you take care of them. AK-47 can run if you put marshmallows in it. This will stop if you breathe too heavily into it sometimes. But in terms of ease of use and upgradability, AR-15s are one of the most heavily upgraded firearms in the market, because that's all you got to do, and now you have a lower that you can put any AR-15 upper onto that will work with that mag well, such as a 300 Blackout. I'm not sure if 458 SOCOM can use that mag well, but I know you could easily swap this out to a 300 Blackout now and put a rifle length barrel on there, or even a 10.5-inch, which coincidentally 300 Blackout was designed with the 10.5-inch barrel in mind. If you're going to run 5.56 or 223 in a 10.5-inch barrel and you want to keep your speed, you're going to have to run some VMAX ammo. Otherwise, you're going to be like in the 25-2600 range. These with VMAX will hit 26 to 2900, and a standard AR-15 is anywhere from 29 to 3200 feet per second. So yeah, you can compensate for the barrel length with your ammo type. But looking inside, these are very simple. You just have your hammer right there, your trigger right there. Pull one, especially when you're on fire, and boom, that's all there is to it. These are super duper simple. Buffer tube back here. I was thinking about getting the adapter because we have them at Google Arms, Liberty Arms, Google them, and to get a folding stock on it. They're about $200. That would be kind of cool to have a folding brace that's adjustable. That would be kind of cool. And in order to work on your AR-15 upper, you just pull on your charging handle a little bit to free up the bolt. Bring the bolt back, and you can easily change out your charging handle for whatever you want. That's a very, very easily customizable part, except for when it doesn't go in the right way. This is just, again, a mil-spec bolt carrier group. Use a standard firing pin, which is held in by this pin here, so it's super easy to change those out. As you can see, use just a standard rotating bolt. Very, very simple and easy to use. That's where the gas tube goes in. Gases get funneled in through a gas block and push this bad boy back, and that's why it has a buffer tube. In order to reassemble it, the bolt has to be in the forward position. Flip it upside down, kind of ride it inside of your charging handle, push it in, and you're good to go. Most AR-15s will have captive retainers for your upper to lower receivers. That makes it super easy to do that. You saw me do that with just my hands while holding it in the air. What do I think of this guy? Well, I haven't shot it yet. I will be taking it out and shooting it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have plenty of ammo, plenty of mags. Just haven't had the time, and Daniel hasn't been able to go with me, and I like to take him with me when I go shooting because it's more enjoyable when you're not just by yourself. So yeah, that's about it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Give me a comment if you have any questions. If you want to pick one up, Liberty Arms down in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Google them. All that good jazz. Come back for a pickup video that I'm doing for some video games, and I'm going to do some airsoft stuff depending on what I pick up this week. So all that good stuff, and we will be back to it probably on Friday, guaranteed. Earlier than that if possible. So this is Joe, this is the Jiminy Show, and as always, I will talk to you later, except for the fact that I have to stand up and walk around the front of the camera, which is my phone today, and hit the off button. So much more drawn out.